So what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all coming in. What's up, family? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is your favorite cousin Backpack. I am here. I'm here for your morning motivation. This is going to be your morning motivation, and in doing our morning motivation, man, I want to make sure that I'm also taking time to highlight and celebrate wins. Y'all know me, man. My thing is always celebrating wins. How are we winning this week? What are we doing to get better? And I want to make sure that we are actually taking the time. I want to actually make sure that we are taking the time to celebrate ourselves, celebrate the work. You cannot see me on stage. I have no idea why, but yes, let me see. Let me make sure that I'm on the right camera. Okay, I'm on. Okay, well, we on the right camera. But yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. If y'all are in here, man, make sure y'all let me know that y'all are in here. Say something in the comments. What's up to the people over on YouTube? What's up to the family over on IG? What's up to the family over on Instagram? What's up to the family over on TikTok? What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all coming in. Thank y'all so much for joining. All right, so look, we're going to get right into it, man. We're going to celebrate these wins. So first and foremost, man, I have had a phenomenal week on social media. I've had a phenomenal week on social media. The numbers that I have been doing on social media has just been absolutely outrageous. I think this week, yes. I'm up to 900,000 views on Facebook from the Backpack Jeff channel. We are at 900,722 views on the Facebook channel. So thank you. Shout out to everybody over on. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. We have also been doing amazing numbers over on Instagram as well. On Instagram, we are at 444,000 in the last 28 days. Yeah, shout out to that. We actually have 2 posts currently right now that are going viral. Thank y'all so much, man. Again, we are here every single weekday from 8:30 to 9 a.m. From 8:30 to 9 a.m. And so look, there's been a lot of questions about the summer song. Y'all know the summer song that's out right now, the song that's been out for the summer. The hottest song right now is that Young Miami Spin That with all my scamming stuffing that in your bag. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. First and foremost, the song is a bop, but I want to ask you, man, there's been discussions around this stating that we should not be glorifying this type of behavior, and it's negative for us to glorify this type of behavior. So I really want to ask you a question, yo. I really want to ask you a question. Did music play a role in your decision making when you were a child? Like, did the things that you listen to influence the decisions you make, how you make decisions? Because like if I think about some of the songs that I knew I had no business listening to when I was a kid, there was how's the camera moving? Because it's tracking me. So wherever I go, the camera's going to go. The camera's tracking me. But there were some songs that I knew I should not have been listening to when I was a kid that I was listening to, right? Like Bone Thugs and Harmony was like one of the biggest rap groups that was out there. And I listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony all the time. Anytime I wanted to get, and anytime I got in the car with my older cousins, man, they was listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony, Bone Thugs and Biggie, Bone Thugs and Tupac. Like all of those songs that I used to listen to when I was a kid, they never influenced my decision making when I was a kid. Also, some of them other songs, man, like I used to listen. R. Kelly was really big back in the day. All right, now I'll say he did not influence my decision making based on the songs that I was listening to with in R. Kelly. Even some of the more ratchet, you know what I'm saying, songs and stuff like that, like when the Nuck If You Buck came on, when Project Pat 3-6 Mafia came on, I beat your ass, I beat your, like all of those songs, they were a part of my growth as a young man, and through childhood, but I don't think that they influence my decision making. And so this is what made me as a parent change my perspective a little bit on what my child can listen to. And if there can be curse words in the music. I wrote a line in one of my poems, and it said, I listen to trap music, but my mind's not trapped by the music. And that's important when we think about the music that our kids listen to. We want our kids to listen to the music and enjoy the music, but understand that it's just music. That is just a moment. That is just a feeling. And it doesn't have to be an extended thought process about, you know, who you are, how you feel, how you relate to yourself, and how you act in the world and how you act in society. It doesn't have to be those things. And so, and yeah, Irie was a person who came and talked about it and just wanted us to honestly say and think about what we listen to on a regular basis. Now, I think the song is a bop, but again, I'm also able to separate what's being said from the feeling that it gives me. And I think what happens is, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for coming in. I appreciate y'all. I see everybody coming in. I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying on topic. But I listen, like I'm able to separate the two, right? Like, contrary to popular belief, I still listen to R. Kelly music every once in a while because I'm able to separate the two. Like he's got a couple gospel songs that I like. Nothing in the gospel songs that he's saying is related to any of the crimes that he's committed. And I think that and then I listen to the gospel songs, and then I listen to Step in the Name of Love. Those are the songs of R. Kelly's that I still listen to, right? Because I'm able to separate the man from the music, what he did. And I think that's the same thing that we have to do with this whole Young Miami thing, is that, granted, is the message the best message? No, it's not the best message. But when you can listen to music and you can not allow the music to affect your decision making and affect the way that you move in your life, I think you are in a good space. I think it's important for us to also make sure that we are conscious of the things that we listen to on a regular basis, because what we are exposed to creates our reality. I think our kids are living a reality that their parents can afford for them to live. Not everybody gets the same experience growing up. Not everybody is exposed to the same opportunities growing up. And I think sometimes when we talk about exposure, we talk about it just from the lens of having fun. I don't think that Black people or economically disadvantaged people are withdrawn or closed off from having fun. I think there are certainly moments where I remember growing up where we had family vacations, or they weren't necessarily family vacation. Well, I had a couple family vacations, Myrtle Beach, truthfully, I think that's about like Myrtle Beach, Busch Gardens, Water Country, those kind of things. And we had family trips. I'm more so calling family trips, where we would go to the amusement parks. We would go to the Six Flags. We would go to all of these different spaces. And so we created these family moments through these family trips. And so I think that happens a lot in the economically disadvantaged community. But what doesn't happen enough is I don't think that they're exposed to enough opportunity. So where they're exposed to fun and they're exposed to things where they can be consumers, they're not really exposed to ways that they can be capitalists or ways that they can make more money. And I think that's something that we as Black people, as the underserved community, we need to expose our kids to more, is the opportunities to make more money. We're exposed to the opportunities where I can spend money at Disney. I can spend money at Hershey Park, Busch Gardens, Water Country, Six Flags. We're exposed to fun and creating moments, which creating moments is something that I believe we should all do, and we should all work to spend time doing with our families. But I also understand that we need to be exposed to opportunity. We don't expose each other to opportunities, and we don't expose our youth enough to opportunities where they can make where they can get a financial increase. So the more we get to the point where we can the more we can get to the point where we are exposing our youth to opportunities, the better they will be at decision making. If we want our kids to get better, we've got to expose them to more opportunity, not just more reasons to be consumers. What's up, everybody over on Instagram, man? Thank y'all so much for coming in, for tapping in with your guy Backpack. Next, y'all. Next. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So this is a great conversation that Jess Hilarious was having on the Breakfast Club this morning, and I want to share my experience with this because recently, something happened of this nature. Right? What is proper etiquette for visiting someone's home? What is proper etiquette when you are visiting someone's home? So recently, what's up, everybody over on TikTok, man? Thank y'all so much for coming in. What is proper etiquette when you are visiting someone's home? Recently, I had a prom send-off at my house. For my cousin. He's 17, 18 years old, and he's having people over the house. I don't know 98% of the people that are coming to my house. I have no idea who these people are. And so I see two young men. This is on a Saturday. Evening. I see two young men. They come over to my house and they come over with backpacks on. Now, immediately my antennas are up. Number one, why are you coming over to a stranger's house with backpacks on during the weekend? Bro, I got a nice house with nice things in it. I don't know what's in your backpack. And I know you can also talk about that on the flip side. Did I check any of the ladies' purses? No, I didn't check none of the ladies' purses. All right, I ain't checked none of the ladies' purses. But if you're going over as a young person, or if you got kids, right? If you're going over to someone else's house, you don't need a backpack, or that backpack needs to be searched. If you come into my house, I don't know you, and you got a backpack on, I'm searching your backpack, or the backpack has to go if you want to stay here. Like that's just the way that it is. If you want to stay here, the backpack is going to have to get searched, or the backpack has to go. I don't understand that, yo. It was mind-blowing to me that, dude, why are you walking around with a back? I'm Backpack Jeff. And I'm against random people having backpacks in spaces where they don't know. It's a safety thing. I know. Trust me, I understand. And what one of the missions of Backpack Jeff is to make the thought of having and carrying backpacks not feel so scary or dangerous. But if you come into somebody's house, you don't know them. You're not even sure who the owner is when you get in there. Bro, I don't understand why y'all have backpacks. That's number one. Don't wear backpacks over to a strange person's house and you don't know them. Okay, that's number one. Number two, when you go to other people's houses, this is etiquette that parents, you need to teach your children. To my young people, my young folks that are watching, you need to learn etiquette when you go to other people's houses. Okay, parents, let's start with you. Number one, parents, watch your kids. There's no reason that you should be allowing your kids to walk through somebody else's house and you ain't never been in the house. I don't understand it. There's no reason that your kids should be walking around trying, like, when you walk in my house, you go to the left, everybody go into the basement down the stairs. We blocked off the right side so that nobody can go this way. I don't understand why your kids are continuing to try to go right. I do get the curiosity piece of it, but I don't understand why you're not telling your kids, yo, don't go to the right, go to the left, right? And kids are curious, and we want them to be curious, right? I encourage kids to be curious. I don't want the whole idea of curiosity killed the cat, because I want you to be curious, but I want you to, if you're going to be curious, I need you to ask questions. Parents, make sure that if you're going to somebody's house, that you need to be watching your kids at that person's house. I'm going in, and I told everybody, nobody's sitting in a white room. When you first come in my house, I have a white room, all white couch, white rug, white pictures, white flowers, white plants, everything in the room is all white. Nobody goes into the white room unless you're wearing all white. There were 2 moments where I saw kids sitting on my white couch, and the parents was outside. Parents, why are you outside and your kid is sitting on my white couch? So now I had to stop everything. Hey, all right, hold on, pause it real quick. Nobody go in the white room unless you're wearing all white. And I don't see nobody here wearing all white. So I don't know why anybody is in the white room. Do not go in the white room. And as kids, parents, teach your kids like there's like levels to like I don't know, man. I was just brought up that when you go to somebody else's house, you want it to feel like you're not even there. You don't even want your presence to be felt. You don't want your presence to be known. When I used to go to my friend's house and I would stay the night, I would fold up my dirty clothes and put them in the side and put them next to my suitcase. So, like my dirty clothes wasn't all over the place. I'm rolling back up my socks. I'm rolling my socks up in my drawers and my tank top. I'm rolling them all together. I'm folding up my pants on my shorts. I'm doing a nice trifold of my shirt and I'm putting everything down. If I was staying the night at your house, you would not know that I was there. And I still carry that to this day, that if I ever stay the night at somebody's house, same way I do it when I'm at the hotel. Same way I do when I'm at the hotel. I'm folding up all of my stuff and I'm putting it nice and neat in the corner so that when housekeeping comes in, they're not going to be looking at me crazy saying, yo, who's staying in this room? Whoever's staying in this room is an absolute slob. I don't like it. Parents, there needs to be etiquette when your child comes to somebody's house. Watch your kids. Tell your kids where not to go. Tell them if they are coming in, they need to be going where the rest of the crowd is going. And that's where they operate. That's it. There is no, can I see the house? No, you can't see the house. You don't know the people that own this house. You here by default because you know the person that's having a prom send-off that's here. Parents, you got to teach your kids etiquette when they go to somebody else's house. Well, the first thing that you should ask, it don't matter if it's an apartment in the hood, the projects. It don't matter if it's a mansion in Beverly Hills or in Potomac, Maryland. The first question I always ask when I walk into somebody else's house that I've never been into, shoes off or on? That's the first question that I'm asking, shoes off or on? Or I'm following their lead. I'm letting them go in first. They might open the door for me. I walk in and they walk in behind me and I step to the side and I look to see if they're going to take their shoes off. That's called etiquette when you walk into somebody else's house. The stuff that you would do at your house, you don't do that at somebody else's house. I know we've gotten used to that whole, do you put your feet up on the furniture at your mama's house? At your house? You're like, yeah, I do. I don't care if you do that. Don't do that here. Ultimate respect here. You know how you treat a museum? When you go to a museum, they say, don't touch nothing. Don't break nothing. Everything, move with caution when you in here. That's how it should be when you go to somebody else's house that you don't know. You should exercise all of the cautions. You should move with grace when you are in these people's houses. When you go to the bathroom and you got to do a number 2 and you got to drop the kids off at the pool, I need you to courtesy flush. Don't be afraid to use that little toilet brush on the side if you leave some tire marks on the side of the toilet bowl. Listen, people, we need etiquette when we go to other people's houses. You need to teach your children etiquette when you go to other people's houses. Don't be going over to the people's houses, stinking up the bathroom and not spraying when you flush the toilet. And then if you leave them skid marks, use that toilet brush and get on up in there, man. We need to, hey, listen, I need you to get up in there. I need you to take care of that. These are all etiquette things that we can do. Parents, we need to teach this stuff to our kids when we go to other people's house about how to appreciate their stuff. The same thing that you do at your house, that doesn't mean you can do it at my house. Teach them not to be walking down the stairs, dragging their hand across the wall when they walking down the steps. They hold on to the banister with one hand and the other hand, they like this on the wall, just dragging their hand down the wall. We ain't doing that when you come to the house. When you come to somebody else's house, man, again, you don't want to leave. You want to leave your presence felt, right? They shouldn't be able to see your presence after you leave. Shouldn't be able to see. Parents, you got to teach your kids etiquette. Kids, everything that I said, this is something that you should know. These are things that you should know when you go to other people's houses. Make sure you throwing your stuff away. Okay, let's get a little bit more into it. Let's get more into it. Thank y'all so much, everybody over that's over on YouTube, that's over on the Facebook page, man. Thank y'all so much. I greatly appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are absolutely dope. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it. When you when you throw an event, okay, let's say you're the house that is the family house. You're the house that people come to where they they get in there, like you're the family, the family reunion house, the family gathering house. Let's call it that, right? Because most families have that one person that did well, and they're the family gathering house. All right. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that's family gathering house. Hey, if you're the family gathering house, just drop a yes. Just drop a me in the comments right now, man. Shout out to everybody. Man, you made it. Thank you so much for being a part of the family gathering house. But if you are a part of the family gathering house, if you go to a family gathering, do you expect people to help you clean up and stick around to help you clean up? And kid, like, again, part of etiquette, kids, why are you leaving these juices around? These Huggies and these Capri Suns. All I see is Huggies and Capri Suns all over the place. Teach your kids how to throw their stuff in the trash when they come to other people's houses. That's one of the things that you got to do. You got to teach your kids. I shouldn't be cleaning up. Like, it should be very minimal. It should be very minimal when you go over to somebody's house. Furthermore, if you're using somebody else's house, to throw your event, you need to reset the room when you're done. This is a thing that I have, that I teach my young men. Reset the room. No one should know you were in here when you leave. If you using my house, we should not know that you were here when you left. You got to reset the room. That means everything that was where it was, it needs to go back that way when you leave. If it don't, we got a problem. I need you to reset the room. You need to learn how to reset the room when you use somebody else's house, when you use somebody else's space. You need to learn how to reset the room. If you're there, if you're one of the last people to leave, okay? If you're one of the last people to leave, all right? It's common courtesy to just say, yo, let me go ahead and clean up. Let me go ahead and help, right? Be nice to people. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate people's space. We need to learn how to appreciate people's space. I appreciate your space. If there's anything that I can do to help you clean up, to help make your life easier, then that's what I'm going to do. What's up, everybody over on TikTok, over on Instagram, man? Thank y'all so much again for joining, man. Again, we are live every single weekday from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., man. This is your Monday morning motivation. We talking about a couple of things today. Number one, first thing that we talked about was, did music play a role in your life choices? And then now we are talking about home etiquette. When you go over to somebody else's house, what is proper etiquette when you go over to somebody else's house? There needs to be etiquette when you visit other people's homes, y'all. So let's get back to it. If you are using somebody else's home, you need to clean up. And then also, it's not beyond people also to not feel like they have to help you clean up. No one has to help me clean up. Most of the time, if I have a gathering at my house, like, I'll try to do the large stuff, at least put the tables and chairs back. If we can put the tables and chairs back, we cool. Everything else, all of that small ancillary things, I'll take care of that. It's not that big of a deal. But we want to make sure that we are being an asset to people, and we are showing them our appreciation for them hosting this event. They didn't have to host this event. They didn't have to have us here. We know that these people host these events all the time, for Juneteenth, 4th of July, just a regular barbecue get together, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, right? Don't put so much pressure on the people who are who are the family, who has the family gathering house, or who has the friend gathering house. Don't put so much pressure on those people to feel like, you know, they don't have any help, because most of the time they got to cook the food, they got to buy the food, they got to cook the food. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will bring drinks or something of that nature. But most of the times, you know, those things don't happen. And then if you bring a drink, please do not anticipate taking that drink back home. All right. Like, especially if people are drinking, you know what I'm saying? If people are drinking your drink and people are having a good time, please do not expect to bring that drink home. All right. So yeah, man. I kind of wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about that. The last thing that I'm going to do to wrap this up, is I'm just going to kind of pull this all together in telling you a story about learned helplessness. And essentially, learned helplessness is something that we've learned in our culture that prevents us from having a desire to want better for ourselves. And the reason is because we've heard so many negative things that wanting better for ourselves almost becomes this far-fetched dream that is incapable of being reached. And I just want to let you know that it is possible for you to reach those things. There's a story, there's an old fable that was told about three dogs. And the first dog was put in this box where it was essentially electrocuted, and the dog was able to jump out when the electric current started in the box. The dog was able to jump out. The second dog was put in it, and when the electric current started, this dog had to press a lever, and eventually the dog learned that it could press the lever and then it could jump out. The third dog was put in, and when the electric current was added, this dog realized that there was nothing that could be done to stop the electric current and to stop the pain. And so the dog just decided to deal with the pain. And they took all three dogs out and they put them all in one box, and they started the electric current again. And the first dog jumped out. The second dog pressed the lever and they ended up getting out. And the third dog, even though it had the opportunity to get out, the third dog never left the box because it believed that no matter what, it could not change its situation. And I want to say to you, it doesn't matter your situation, whether you are in debt up to your nose, whether you have bad credit, whether you have lost family and friends, and whether, you know, the situation that you're going through right now feels like it's taking a hold of you. I want to let you know that you have what it takes to overcome this situation. I don't want us to get into a situation where we learn helplessness. I want us to expose ourselves to opportunities. We talked about this in the beginning, where we're exposed to ways that we can be consumers, but we need to be exposed to ways that we can gain opportunity. And I also want you to know that it's not going to be easy. If you thought that it was going to be easy, then you're already thinking with the wrong mindset and going into something that you're trying to accomplish. Anything that you're trying to accomplish is going to be very difficult, but it's worth it. That's where you grow. That's where you show how much you've grown over the years. That's where you show and you get the opportunity to display every area in which you've grown, all of the things that you've learned, all of the lessons, all of the hardships, all of the trials and tribulations that you had to go through. This is where you show people that you are in your bag, where you are operating in excellence, completely focused in your zone and executing at a high level. This is the moment where you show everybody, you show the world, anybody who doubted you, you get an opportunity to prove them wrong. You get an opportunity to live your dream. Don't think that it's going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy, because as we know, if it was easy, everybody else would be doing it, but everybody isn't doing it. You are the one that's doing it. You are the one who have not learned helplessness, but have learned hopefulness. I'm your favorite cousin Backpack Man. Make sure y'all take these lessons today, put them in your bag, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to talk to you.